My name is Arthur Montgomery, and over the past 72 years I've learned a truth: laws can be bought, but a father's revenge is currency. When my son-in-law, the tycoon Lucas Carvalho, traded my daughter Helena for a model 20 years younger, I thought, may life bless them. But when he used joint custody of my grandchildren to torture her, I turned my Swiss chalet into a laboratory of chaos. The gala reeked of champagne and hypocrisy. Lucas had thrown Helena's 40th birthday at his Sao Paulo penthouse, a cruel joke disguised as generosity. I watched from the shadows, my walking cane vibrating with suppressed rage, as he toasted to love that never dies, while his mistress's hand crept up his thigh under the table. Helena, radiant in the emerald gown her mother once wore, suspected nothing. But Sophia, my 16-year-old granddaughter, saw everything. Her text vibrated my burner phone: Vovo, check the security feed, pool house. Now. I swiped to camera 12 just as Lucas dragged the blonde into the cabana, her laughter sharp as broken glass. Helena's gift, diamond earrings worth more than my lifetime savings, lay discarded beside the champagne bucket. That's when Sophia's second message arrived: he transferred mom's shares today. 51% to Crystal Enterprises. Her name. My blood turned to Arctic ice. Lucas wasn't just breaking her heart. He was erasing her existence. I pressed send on an email drafted years ago: Operation Scales of Justice, active. Burn all bridges. Martha, my housekeeper, read, ex-Interpol analyst, replied instantly: asset freeze initiated. Let the war begin. Lucas weaponized visitation rights like a sociopath conducting symphony. He'd send a helicopter for Pedro, 8, and Clara, 10, only to forget them at his corporate jet hangar for hours. Accidentally showed them news clips calling Helena gold digger trash. Even hired a therapist who declared her unstable after she found Crystal's lingerie in their old bed. My breaking point. When Clara called at 3 a.m., whispering, "Daddy's new girlfriend says we'll call her Mommy now. She's burning Mama's photos in the fireplace." Next morning, I arrived at Lucas's mansion with a 1970s tape recorder hidden in my thermos. "Arthur," he sneered, blocking the door. "Did senility make you forget? My lawyer banned you from Thud." Martha's customized walker slipped, cracking his tibia. While he howled, I strolled inside. Crystal shrieked as I yanked burning photos from the flames, Helena's wedding portrait half-charred. "Tell Lucas," I said sweetly, adjusting the recorder in my sleeve, "that blackmailing a former Supreme Court justice is like juggling grenades. Especially when he knows where all the bodies are buried." Metaphorically, of course. Her designer face paled. Game on. Deep beneath my alpine chalet, past vaults of case files and Martha's retirement souvenirs, a decommissioned Mossad server, lay the true weapon, a biotechnology lab funded by Lucas's own dirty money. "Phase 1 complete," Dr. Chen announced, holding a vial of viscous liquid. "The nanobonds attached to synthetic fibers only." I smiled. Lucas's beloved $10 million yacht, the Golden Leech, was upholstered entirely in lab-grown eco-suede. Martha handed me satellite photos. "He's hosting investors there Friday." That night, we modified a weather drone to spray the compound over the yacht. Results were dramatic. At 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, as Lucas boasted about untouchable wealth, every cushion on board dissolved into neon slime. Livestream footage showed billionaires fleeing in Versace-stained underwear. Helena's laugh when Financial Times tweeted, "Billionaire's yacht melts, scientists baffled," was worth every illegal penny. But our masterpiece? The compound's residue glowed under blacklight for months. Wherever Lucas went, he left glowing footprints of shame. Lucas retaliated by freezing Helena's accounts, but he forgot, I'd taught corporate law to his judge bribes. Using offshore shells Martha created during the Bosnian War, we bought his debt from loan sharks. At Pedro's custody hearing, I approached Lucas's lawyer. Tell your client, I murmured, that Crystal Enterprises now owes $900 million to a consortium led by Mr. Vukovic. The blood drained from his face. Everyone knew Vukovic's reputation. He collected kneecaps before interest. Lucas stormed into my library that night. You psychotic old man. I'll have you, click. Martha aimed her walker's concealed tranquilizer dart. Nap time, princess. As he snored, we implanted a microchip in his Rolex. Phase 3, humiliation, I told Helena. We're leaking his search history. Next morning, the world learned Lucas Carvalho's deepest secrets, foot fetish forums, purchases of hair growth scams, and 4,387 Google searches for how to know if she fakes it. His stock crashed 68% by noon. Grandpa, teach me that emoji phishing trick. Pedro begged, eyes sparkling over his cereal bowl. While Lucas sued Helena for parental alienation, my 8-year-old grandson crafted the perfect Trojan horse. We used Minecraft as bait, posting free Carvalho Corp mod on junior hacker forums. When Lucas downloaded the file to bond with his son, it installed a keylogger on his stock exchange servers. That Tuesday, during his investor keynote, Pedro hit enter on my vintage ThinkPad. Every screen at the NYSE flashed, Lucas Carvalho equals family thief, alongside motel photos of him and Crystal. Stocks plunged 32% in 11 minutes. Helena wept watching Pedro celebrate with his teddy bear. I did it like Grandpa, Mommy. I snapped my old attorney badge in half. Judges don't raise hackers, but vengeful grandfathers do. Therapy became psychological warfare. Dr. Almeida forced Helena to confess her unhealthy obsession with Lucas, while doping her with benzodiazepines. He never suspected Martha had swapped his hearing aids with neurofeedback inverters. During their 4th session, when he whispered, "You deserved abandonment," the device pumped his brain with panic attack wavelengths. His shriek echoed down the hall. As he convulsed on the floor, I snatched his laptop. Deep in the dark web, we found Cayman Island transfers from Lucas, $500K per treatment. But the crown jewel? Recordings of Lucas ordering, "Make her attempt suicide, the insurance triples if it looks psychotic." I published everything on Reddit titled, How my son-in-law tried to murder my daughter for $80 million. 4 million views in 24 hours. By day 3, Interpol knocked on Lucas's door. Otto the bear was the only toy Lucas hadn't confiscated from Pedro. What he ignored, Martha had stuffed it with a 5G transmitter triggered by hugs. Every time Pedro squeezed Otto, which he always did near his father, it recorded 15 seconds of audio and beamed it to Icelandic servers. That's how we caught Lucas bribing judges and cooking books. But the golden audio came at Clara's birthday party. Crystal, dump Helena's meds in her juice. When she snaps, we take the kids forever. I live-streamed it on Twitter during Lucas's charity auction. Phones erupted like hellfire fireworks. I watched Crystal sprinting in Louboutins as investors spat on her gown. Lucas shattered the projector screen with a trophy, but the feed continued, broadcasting from my wristwatch. "Revenge is best served live, son-in-law," I whispered via voice command. Helena hugged me, first time in months. She smelled like cinnamon and relief. Crystal's mansion was a shrine to bad taste, gaudy gold frames, Wall Street Bull statues, and 3 Picassos Lucas bought for $140 million in Dubai. What the auctioneer omitted? They were fakes painted by Zhang, my Louvre store friend. When Interpol surrounded the estate, Martha activated Project Oedipus, biodegradable nanopigments in the canvases dripped into words. The dream bled, Lara Carvalho, Swiss ACC #9471, Delta, his first betrayed wife. Guernica oozed, bribe Judge Silva, $30 million. But the masterpiece was Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, its figures rearranged to show Lucas/Crystal nude, with bank codes tattooed on unmentionable body parts. Agents laughed while photographing. Lucas clawed at the canvas, but magnetic pigments projected the data onto walls for 72 hours. His fortune became a meme before sunset. Lucas's CNN interview was meant to salvage his reputation. Instead, our AI deepfake hijacked the broadcast. As he opened his mouth, the screen flickered to Lucas, sobbing, "I paid hackers to frame Helena. Crystal helped me hide $2 billion in Moldova." Real Lucas lunged at the camera, but Martha's signal jammer froze his mic. Viewers watched him silently rage as the deepfake detailed his offshore shell companies and bribed senators. The finale? A montage of Crystal's texts, "Fake Helena's suicide already. I want her jewelry." Stocks flatlined. Banks froze his assets. Helena received 87 marriage proposals by noon, all from lawyers offering pro bono divorce help. I sipped Earl Grey as Lucas's empire crumbled on live TV. Some verdicts need no gavel. At the bankruptcy auction, I bid $1 for Carvalho Corp., using Lucas's stolen crypto from Martha's piggy bank. The judge approved, citing poetic justice. Helena now owns 51% of the company that tried to erase her. Her first act? Renaming it Montgomery Resilience Group. Her second? Donating Lucas's yacht to marine conservation. Let fish crap on his legacy, she declared. But the true masterpiece was Pedro's suggestion, converting Lucas's private jet into a mobile coding school for foster kids. "We'll call it Sky Justice," he beamed. As papers signed, Lucas raged in court, "This is theft." I leaned close, adjusting his crooked tie. "No, son. This is interest on the pain you caused." His bailiff escort tripped, leaving him handcuffed to a radiator. We celebrated with boxed wine on the courthouse steps.